What's up, everybody, guys? It's your boy Phil Shocker here, the 96 Hedgehog here, with our Week 17 builder of the Red League. As you guys can tell, I have not played any of my week games prior to that, but obviously these will go up before this video does. But we are going against, um, I don't even remember who my opponent was, so I apologize, but I'm not gonna bring it up there. But we're here for Week 7, and literally, guys, I would have built this yesterday, but I was just too tired. I'm yawning a little bit because it is the morning. Got like another 3 teams to build today, so I'm gonna probably be yawning a lot of my videos, so do apologize in advance, but let's go ahead and break down this team. So for my opponent, before we get into that, if you guys are excited, but like, comment down below, join the Pro Soccer Crew today because you'll be feeling the king of the crew. So with that being said, let's break down my opponent's team. He's got Torn, T, Alolan Muck, Ferroform, Convey, Eno, Rapidash, Garchomp, I want the Charizard X for some reason, Reuniclus, Electabuzz, Lycanroc, Dusk, and Keldeo. Not gonna lie, this team's actually a pretty decently good balance between some mons being bulky offensive and just being some natural bulk mons and just pure offensive threats. Like, I actually really liked how this has been. The only thing I would critique about this team is that it only has. Comfey gets defog, does it? I don't remember if it does. Really? Okay, it does. So he has one mon that can guarantee be a defogger, and then one mon that can play defog. So that's gonna be the one thing he's gonna probably stress about is the hazard control in this game. But spoilers, I'm not even bringing hazards this game because I have a bit of a different approach to it. But yeah. So looking at their threats, I don't think Keldeo comes. Looking at my matchup, Keldeo kind of just doesn't do too well against certain things, and plus gets walled by certain things on my team as well. I think Lycanroc Dust has a decent showing, but isn't too strong, but it could still be something that can be brought. Electabuzz is definitely something, because again, our electric resist is only going to be mostly be our Volt Absorber and our Donphan, so I don't know really if you can do that too much. Reuniclus could be a massive problem if they decide to bring it. Something like maybe Trick Room, Life Orb, Magic Guard set, like Trick Room, Thunder, Psychic, and maybe something like Shadow Ball potentially as well is something that could be a big threat. Garchomp, if it's Scale Shot Chomp, is going to basically just destroy our team because we don't have anything that's faster than Scale Shot Chomp or anything that's faster than Choice Scarf. So there's that. Looking at the main six, I think Torn T makes a lot of sense with the coverage it has and its speed and offensive capabilities. It's really good versus us. I think a little Muck is definitely going to come, seeing its only weakness is ground. I mean, we don't have a lot of. We have a decent amount of mons that have ground coverage, but not a lot. But it's definitely something over there. I think Ferroform comes, even though, yes, we got some pretty good options to Ferroform. I definitely look at Ferroform being something that's quite the annoyance versus us. So definitely something to be careful about that. Comfey is actually a pretty big threat versus my team because it just needs its real, just really its dual stab. There's only gonna be like, there's only gonna be maybe like 2 things on his team. There's a few things on my team that he does struggle to break through. I could see something maybe like Symphysis. I could see something like Calm Mind duels with just Drain Kiss and then Giga Drain potentially. But again, it's gonna come down to how well he wants to prepare it. I think Audino could come. Audino really kind of somewhat has free advantage over some things on my teams. Like in Fairly Toxic, Thunderwave things. It's a Wish user, and that's a situation. But I feel like it's gonna be a little coverage heavy to run. Definitely Wish. I feel like honestly, Toxic is something that he needs to bring versus my team because it's helping against my bulky Pokemon. Protect might be something. I could see something maybe like Flamethrower. I could see something maybe like a coverage for 1 or 2 of my mons. And again, Thunder Wave could be also a potential if he wants to put double status. Excuse me, because that would honestly would be something I would have done is run double status because I feel like double status is kind of important to run in a type of matchup like this. So there's that. And I think Rapidash's coverage is so strong versus us. It's definitely gonna be one of those mons that we're gonna really have to just find some way to just handle them because I could definitely see that thing being Choice Scarf versus us. Um, he does run the risk of heavy debates, but again, that's where he's gonna have 1 or 2 of his defog mons on there. So definitely something to keep note with that. So Well, so with that being said, let's go and break to the team. We are bringing Celestial Tilted Towers this week, but we're bringing a little bit of a different Tilted Towers this week. We're bringing a little bit more of a physical variant with a flame, with just added flamethrower to it. We're running max HP, 108 attack, and actually debating on whether or not I want to make this thing have a Spadef boost or have a. Let me actually look at that. Do I want a Spadef boost? No, I think I want a physical defense boost, or I don't know. I'll mess around with the EVs later, but right now we're max HP, 108 attack, 8 in defense, 104 special defense with the Careful Nature. Even with the Careful Nature, Flamethrower roughly does 2 KO. Ferroform if it's not max if it's not max Padef. It can be max HP, but if it's not max Padef, it's pretty much a guaranteed roll in my favor unless he's left. If he's leftovers, it's a it is a decent sized roll to 2 KO with Flamethrower. If it's not lefties, it is roughly a guaranteed 2 KO unless I get absolute two low max rolls on my set. But other than that, tilt my Celestials here kind of be a bit of a spit up wall. It takes hits from Ferroform. It can take the hits from Ferroform relatively fine. It takes the hits from Muck relatively good. It's also one of these mons that also is really good to deal with Torn 1v1 in that situation. We are running Leech Seed just to be annoying and be able to spread those around. Earthquake is there for things like the Lycan Rock potentially if it's brought instead of, well, you have to know one at a time. It's also good to hit things like Alolan Mug for super effective damage or put it in range of things like Heavy Slime. Heavy Slime spam in this matchup is really, really good in this game because, again, there's very limited things that can be spammed in there. But there's that, but yeah, like I said, Flavor is only there really just for the Ferroform in that matchup perspective there. So up next, we're bringing the Avatar here, bringing Magnet boosted because there's a good chance he might not bring Garchomp, but again, if Garchomp still does come, it's not that big of a problem. And I think actually, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it and put Play Rough on here. I only really need Plasma Fist and Blaze Kick. I'm gonna put Play Rough there as a safe security blanket in case Chomp does come and we get our bulk up off. We're on 56 HP, max attack, adamant, 84 into defense, 116 speed. I only made this thing faster than Lycan Rock. Now, why you may add? Because again, I get risk of my not with getting knocked off and everything like that. It's because I really don't expect him to run max speed on Torn. In fact, I'm not really expecting him to run much speed on Torn. If there's any speed that he might run on his Torn, I feel like it's only going to be enough speed for either Mega Latios or it's going to be enough speed for Infernape. And if I'm being honest with having Regenerator, I feel like Infernape is the much more safer bet to run speed for, just so he can secure if it's Scarfed or not. So that's why but that's again why we're running the magnet with the bulk up. But plus one, I'm pretty sure I should be able to knock out plus one should be able to knock off. Not that. Ugh. I should be able to destroy Garchomp. I should always live a hit from Garchomp with this investment with the 56 and 84 just to make sure I have a little bit. I could have ran a lot of HP or a lot of defense, but I felt like going a little bit mixing each one was better off in the long run. But yeah, when the Zero Aura can seriously just win this game for us. He's got no switch again. The only thing that's going to beat us is any potential Scarfers he has on his team. And if Chomp's there, then we have to position it carefully because then this could potentially be our win con right here. We're bringing back Donnie again this week. Donnie is actually pretty decently good this matchup. It's not the best, I will admit, but it's decently good. But we're running Assault Vest again this week because I thought it was really kind of good. Running fully specially defensive with max HP and the 4-ended attack. It's more of a kind of just a utility offensive mod this week. Running knockoff, Fire Fang, Rock Slide, Earthquake. Rock Slide is there to be able to hit the Torn and be. The Torn Earthquake is just strong stab in this game. Fire Fang is there for the Ferroform, and knockoff is there, like I said, just gonna knock off items and just gonna be annoying, which is really, really good about that. And I think Donnie can put in a decent work. And we're not running Choice Scarf this time on Infernape, but instead we're running the Koba Berry here with Sword Dance, Blaze Kick, Earthquake, and Close Combat. Now, I am running enough speed to be faster than Rapidash, so if Rapidash is faster than me, I will know then for fact. And the reason why I'm running the Koba Berry is because I can be able to live a hit from Torn T, guaranteed. I am faster also than Comfey, which is also really good to know right there. And if I can then SD up, this is pretty good. Because again, I really think his main switch into this thing is probably going to be roughly Torn for the U-turning, but if it's Rapidash, it can be like Rapidash. If it hits me, it's got to be choice. I feel like it has to be Jolly, first of all. I don't think it's going to be Adamant. Unless he wants Adamant to be faster, but he has to be, in my opinion, I need Jolly to be faster than Zero R is if Zero R was brought to be max speed in some type of regards there. But I should always live one hit from the Rapidash and knock the thing out, Earthquake, if I get a set SD up. Basically, if I get rid of anything that could potentially be faster than me and I get an SD up, Infernape kind of just wins. I was thinking of maybe running Focus Sash, but I feel like Kobe Bear is more better because more times than not, what's going to be a kind of switch into this thing is going to be Torn, because Torn can easily revenge me with a flying type move if it specs, or just if I'm already chipped and weakened down. So there's that. But there's our set. And we're also running Blaze instead of Iron Fist because I feel like Blaze can help us with the boosted attacks of Blaze Kick instead of having to worry about Flare Blitz with the recoil damage, even though that would have helped us. But yeah, like I said, we're also max speed. We're faster than Rapidash. The rest winning for HP. And we're bringing some heat this week, though. We're bringing some heat this week. We're bringing Mandibuzz here. Like I said, I kind of want to take this season not as super serious, try to win the playoffs, but definitely want to have some fun with the season. And I feel like there's nothing more fun than bringing a mixed, that's right, you heard me say it, mixed Mandibuzz. We're not running any physically investment because, again, the good amount of its team is roughly special. And we're just naturally defensive, anyways, with our HP and this, that. So I felt like going a little more specially defensive. I could maybe run a couple of the split up investments down and put a little bit in physical defense. But I felt like going specially defensive was good because it one, it helps me against the Torn, which is really good. It helps me against Comfey, be able to take hits from that thing. It also helps me against things like Odd Nova. Odd Nova special. It also is something that takes some hits still from Renewniclus and from the Keldeos as well. So definitely something to keep in note right there. We're running Heatwave, Toxic, Roost, and Brave Bird with the weakness policy. I'm running Overcoat so that way I cannot be seated or any potential. So actually, can I not? Does that prevent you from being seated? I don't know if it prevents you from being seated. I was thinking of running potentially weak armor, but the problem with weak armor, it only works on physical contactive moves instead of special. Instead of special, I really feel like it should work on both, in my opinion. But we're on 156 HP, 88 attack, 76 speed def, and special attack, and 188 speed def with assassin nature. I'm not running any. I'm only running Heat Wave just because it's the one thing I want to hit Ferroform with. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I really want a Nasty Plot on the set, but Nasty Plot just cannot fit on this set no matter what I was gonna do, unless I got rid of Brave Bird and put Air Slash, and then I got rid of either Toxic or Roost. And I feel like Toxic's more important in this matchup because then it just allows some moves just to be spammed and used up, and then kind of allows me to get also some potential switches and stuff like that. But honestly, Pebbles can put in so much good work this game. I feel like Pebbles can really do a lot for us here. And again, if I can get that weakness policy off, Pebbles is really, really going to be doing some good damage. And also making his first ever debut is Cyclops. And like I said, I feel like dual status is pretty good, especially when you have a Hexmon itself. We're running Toxic, Will-O-Wisp, Hex, and Brick Break, max HP, 180 defense, 136 speed mixed defensive. We're giving it a little bit more of a physically defensive push to handle some things on time. We are running the relaxed nature. I have Brick Break that are literally just for Audino. Other than that, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, Hex is literally all I need. This is a really good thing to kind of help neutralize and break down Low and Muck, which is really good. Toxic spreading is really good against his team. And with having Will-O-Wisp Hex, it can be able to beat Ferroform 1v1. And unless it's really specially defensive, then it can kind of be a little bit of a nuisance. But again, that's where I just run and switch out here. But I think a Cyclops can be a really good utility option. I am running pressure over Frisk, and I'm slightly annoyed by that, just for the fact that I feel like Frisk would have been really good to know if anything was choice scarf or anything like that. But I feel like pressure kind of helps stop any potential setup mons. Uh, actually, actually, you know what? Let's run Frisk. I want to run Frisk just to be safety, but yeah, so that's gonna be it for the team, guys. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Join the First Record Crew today because you'll be feeling with the king of the crew. But yeah, so hopefully we have some good fun this season. Hopefully we get a win, and we're just looking to have some fun. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.